that park. In Kenya, again, there was a lot of detentions without trials. I would say our brothers, not our sons, because my son is still a very young boy. Our sons, as women, were detained without trial. Wangari and the mothers of these sons went to the same park, spent days there and nights there. Again, the police went to them and beat them senselessly. Senselessly. Wangari collapsed, was unconscious and taken to hospital. But the women said, she's gone, we will be left here, we're going to die until our sons are released. I remember that time I was still a trainer, and it was in the early 90s. In the late 90s, I was a trainer and I was watching and reading all this, and I was understanding because I knew the hardship that women were going through. I knew the constitution was designed to depress the women of my country. So I was saying, go Wangari, go. But I didn't dare to go to the park. I didn't dare to go and join them. It was too tough. That's why I'm saying the path was so thorny, and she cleared those thorns for us. And truly, we should always honor wherever we go. And in Kenya, if these are some of the traditions that actually work for women, if you undress in presence of people, of gentlemen young enough to be your sons, then it automatically becomes a curse. When the police continued beating these women, they decided to strip naked. And that's how the sons were released. All the women stripped naked in presence of the police officers and the army people, and that's how the sons were released. Today, some of these people that were released are in parliament, some of them cabinet ministers. But the question is, are they really making a difference? Or did what they were fighting for change? What changed that they cannot use the same strength they had in the early 90s to improve Kenya today? They are the same people that were detained. They are the same people that are detaining us. A minority, they've arrested, they've poisoned. Welcome, Michael, we hear you. The minority have poisoned the majority's minds. So it's up to us Kenyans to honor Wangari by doing what she wanted us to do. Environmental matters, women's rights issues, democratic and social change. But are we really going to do that? Who is going to fit in Wangari's shoes? I tried doing that a while ago, in 2007. After I saw the oppression that was still continuing in my beloved country, a country I love so much, I was tortured too. That's the same pain Wangari felt. She sent so many messages to me in bed. She spoke, she called press conferences from wherever she was. She was out of the country by then. I felt her, and I knew if she never gave up, I also will not give up. So I stand here today as one of the persons that Wangari held to continue with fighting for the oppression of women in Kenya. And when I mean oppression, I'm saying real oppression. It's not just a slap. Our kids were being circumcised at a very early stage. Child marriage, widow classing, we've been fighting this. This was all entrenched in our systems, in our laws. Today, it's a year since we got a new constitution. But what are we doing with it? We've started amending it. We have started amending it. The executive has started amending our constitution. Who is going to fit in Wangari's shoes and fight for the rights of our motherland, fight for the rights of our constitution. If we start amending this constitution now, before it's implemented, then we are going back to the old days. I will keep asking this question. Who is going to be able to stand the same way Wangari Maathai stood, be beaten, be tortured, be denied your human rights, and say, no, the constitution has to be amended? If no one can't, Flora Terah will. Wangari has been my role model. And I feel her presence wherever I go. I know the pain of nursing a wound from the police. I know the pain of being away from your children. I know the pain of watching your back every time you're crossing the streets. If none of us is willing to fit in Wangari's shoes, I will fit in her shoes. And I will speak all over the world. Wherever I go, I will tell people, this woman tried. My second quote from her